This keeps coming up again and again in my comments, and on paper it might seem a bit of a strange question. Should I buy the mid-priced iPad Air or the pocket-sized iPad mini? In terms of my real-world testing, you're unlikely to spot anything crazy in terms of performance differences between these two iPads. I've used both of these for gaming, for example, and yeah, there is a difference in screen size which might affect certain types of games, but you know, they're both pretty speedy. I even tried some more intensive tasks like cranking some big 4K files through CapCut, and most of these iPads just ate up whatever I threw at them. Here's the surprise. Both of these iPads have exactly the same screen. Yeah, I mean, obviously they're not exactly the same. One is an 8.3-inch display and the other is an 11 or a 13-inch display depending on what size you go with. What I mean is that they are both liquid retina displays, that's LED to you and me. Even though the iPad Air might look and feel lots brighter than the Mini, that's probably just because it's a bigger display. They're actually very similar in terms of maximum brightness, just 100 nits of difference. But they both have the same landscape stereo speakers and a dual microphone array. They both run Apple Intelligence, not that anyone cares. They both use Touch ID via the top button. They both support Wi-Fi 6E and 5G cellular. They have the same battery life. They both use a single USB-C connector, though if you grab the iPad Air Magic Keyboard, you're going to be able to free that up for charging, as you can charge the iPad through the pass-through port on the keyboard. They both have the same back-facing 12-megapixel 4K camera. They also both have the same front-facing camera with the center stage ability. iPad Air isn't being subtle anymore. It really wants you to try using it as a laptop replacement, or at the very least, an occasional laptop stand-in. Even with the new advances in iPad OS 26, which I've been testing out lately, it's frustratingly close to macOS in some forms, like having a menu bar now appearing, but then miles away in others, like getting your windows to size up properly in multi-window view. The iPad mini just quietly does its thing, and that A17 Pro chip is really punching above its weight here in being able to compete with the M3 so easily.